Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to take you through some basic aspects in pronunciation from Chapter 2 of your textbook Better English Pronunciation, such as defining phonetics and giving you an overview of the speech organs and their contribution to the production of English sounds. So let's get started. Learning the pronunciation of English as a foreign language requires the understanding of the fundamentals of the English pronunciation, such as the classification and description of English sounds. And the systematic study that deals with this is phonetics, where phonetics is broadly concerned with the way the vocal organs or organs of speech are used to produce speech sounds, and how these sounds are described and represented by written symbols, the International Phonetic Alphabet, IPA. Now, since our study is concerned with the physical process of the production of speech sounds, it is important then to understand the articulatory functions of a human's body parts which are involved in creating these sounds. The organs in a human's body that are responsible for the production of speech sounds include, first, the lungs, which represent the source of the airflow that passes through the windpipe during exhalation, and the larynx, which is the organ that contains the vocal cords. And the vocal cords are two small tissues which, when vibrate, produce what is known as phonation. And the vocal tract, which includes the supraglottal speech organs. And these are the vocal organs that extend from the larynx to the nose. And these include the pharynx, which is the tube that forms the air passageway extending behind the oral and nasal cavities until the larynx. Then we have the oral cavity, which is the mouth cavity that includes the tongue, which is the organ that plays the most important role in producing speech sounds. The teeth are also used in producing a number of sounds, but only the upper and lower front teeth. And the next is the alveolar ridge, which is the hard area behind the upper front teeth. Then we have the palate, which is the roof of the mouth separating the oral and the nasal cavities. And the palate is divided into two parts. The first one is a bony area called the hard palate, which is located just behind the alveolar ridge. And second, a fleshy movable part called the soft palate or velum, which is located on the upper portion of the back of the mouth, behind the hard palate. The lips, which are two movable folds encircling the opening of the oral cavity. And last we have the nasal cavity, which represents the nose and the passage connecting it to the pharynx. Now let's illustrate in details how these organs work to create sounds, starting from the vocal cords. The vocal cords, which are two bands of smooth tissue inside the larynx, can take up four main states. The first state is when the vocal cords are wide apart, to allow the air to pass freely without any obstacle. This usually happens in breathing and in the pronunciation of most of the voiceless sounds, such as f, sh, s, and so on. Voiceless or unvoiced sounds are those sounds which are produced without vibration in the vocal cords, whereas voiced sounds are sounds accompanied with vibration in the vocal cords. You can place the palm of your hand around the front of your neck when pronouncing any sound. If you feel any vibration during its production, then it's voiced. If there is no vibration felt, then it's voiceless. The second state is when the vocal cords are tightly closed. Here the air passage is completely blocked. This occurs when you pronounce the glottal stop sound and you can find this sound in some English accents when you pronounce words like cotton or kitten instead of cotton or kitten. The next state is the narroglottis. In this state, the vocal cords are close to each other when pronouncing the glottal fricative sound, as in hate, behave, haul, and so on. The last state is when the vocal cords touching or nearly touching each other to produce voice sounds, including all the vowels and some of the consonants. Examples of vowels are E, A, and U. And the consonant sounds that are voiced include V, Z, D, and so on. It should be noted that when we say consonants and vowels, we are talking about sounds, not letters, because we are studying pronunciation, not writing. That's all for today's lesson, and thanks for watching.